Shekuro, Makwara Brise, Anayi, Ore, Ebere, Ore, Mama, Anove, Evita Heha, and Evita Babio, Toyoa, I got big way over you, Sapele. I read Ebire, Oya Mari Sapele. So, for those of you in diaspora, you know, sometimes we speak our Orobo proverb to you so that you can understand our native way. That a woman who decides to use plantain leaves as wrapper for herself, if she tries to play and dance with the ghost, that the ghost will naked her and she will not complain. And the Shekiris in Sapele came to Sapele wrapped with plantain leaves. 1894, they came as refugees. And Robos have been hospitable to them. They turned around and they started grabbing land, making things difficult. As soon as Eboh became disorganized, they started seeking lands in the hinterland. Donuma had to leave Batare to Agbasa, and because Agbasa elders did not understand the legal system of that time, Donuma, a native of Batare, did litigation with Ogorode and Omenta, and he now said Olu was their overlord, a non-existent Olu. A case that even the Olu descendants lose the land. All the cases will treat the word of Elume and the Bibidaka people. In all the cases are along our river banks after we hosted them. We have treated the one of Amupe. We have treated the one of Ajimele. We have treated the one of Okotie. We have treated the one of Sapele. We have treated the one of Ogorode. I have reserved Ogorode for a reason. Because this Ogorode, all will unite again. By the time we read the Ogorode cases of Ajabodudu and Otebo, Urobos worldwide, we have to unite again. We have to address the UPU to go and bring Otebo and Ajabodudu back to Ogorode people. After that, we will now treat the one of Okobodo in Mosoga, where all their histories were busted. I told you that the Shekiris are people of the riverine. There's no way they can litigate land with us and win. So, but that's not our topic for today. We are still on the Sapele case. I'm trying to round up the Sapele case. Now, one of the ways to know who owns the land is leases. If you lease a land for me, I shall live over and over and over again. Your descendants cannot come and tell me that they own the land. Now, apart from Nana and Donuma, in modern day Nigeria, the greatest Shekiri is Chief Festus Okotie. Chief Festus Okotie made his millions from Sapele. He was a lighting. He was an industrialist. He built a college, Okotie Grammar School. And he rose to become Minister of Defense. He was so powerful, Minister of Finance. He was so powerful that he was instrumental towards the dethroning of an Olu. He was a shifting of the NCNC. And so, if Okotie, as educated as the world, went to meet Okpe people in Sapele to take leads from them, instead of meeting the Shekiri people to give him leads, what can you say about the ownership of Sapele? This is a book I compile all the leases the Shekiri made in Sapele, all that I have. I compile them. I will read them to you one by one. So this one was made Let's read it. This indenture made on the 2nd day of May in the year of our Lord 1953 between Rabo Abeke of Oton Quarter. When you are saying that Oton is a Shekiri land, you are calling the Oton Yasere, you're not adding Yasere to it. This is Rabo Abeke making leases in 1953 representing the Oton Quarter. Why did the Shekiri not represent the Oton Quarter? If Oton Yasere, according to Eboh, is a Shekiri land. Between Rabo Abeke of Oton Quarter, Emmanuel Eyefia of Ejomoga Quarter, which is a Tamwa, which we call Uguanja today. Why did the Shekiri not come out to do that? James Ayomano of Ogorode Quarter and Godwin Akakasomi Kekeke of Ogorode Quarter in the Urobo division of Delta province of Nigeria for themselves and on behalf of Oto, Jomoga, Ogorode, and Ogorode communities, respectively, herein after called the lesson, which expression shall wear the context so admits include their successors in title on the one part and the firm of Messrs. Afro Nigeria Export and Import Company of Sapele. This is the company of Festus Okotie, which is registered under the registration business name ordinance 1926 as number 14011 of the 22nd day of April 1950, herein after called the lessee, and which expression shall wear the context to admit include the successor in title to the leases of the other part, witnessed as followed: that in consideration of the annual rent of £60 to be paid by lessee as hereinafter mentioned, the lessor do hereby demands unto the lessee all that piece of land situated near Sapele on the Sapele to Ogorode road in the Urobo division of the Delta province of Nigeria, containing approximately a total of 50.8 acres, and which parcel of land is on the northeast by the Sapele River and Ogorode village, and on the northwest by the plot and mill belonging to I.T Palmer Nigeria Limited, and along the southwest by the road leading from Sapele to Ogorode, and on the southeast by the plot and sawmill belonging to Joseph Asabolo Venture of Sapele. I don't want to go into all the story because it will be too long. All those are normal grammar. But here you have seen it now in Ogorode. He leased it from the Leases Okpe community. And the people representing the 4 quarters, Oton, which people are calling Oton Uyasere, was an Okpe man. The people representing the Eta Makota, which is called Ugulaja, was an Okpe man. The Eboh of the quarter and the Ogorode quarter. And the mightiest politician of Ishekiri of the day was the person who owns the company. Now look at it here. The letter here, Rabo Abeke, sign. Emmanuel Eyefia, sign. James Ayomano, sign. And Godwin Akakasoba Kekeke, sign. Now, in the presence of the magistrate, signed, sealed, and delivered by Festus Sam Eda. So, as of 1953, one will tell you people that Festus Okotie was born an Urobo man. You told me, say, wait a man. As of 1953, his name was still Festus Sam Eda. He has not changed the name to Festus Okotie. See how it's a court document certified. Festus Sam Eda for Afro Nigeria Company, import and export. No, later he changed his name to Festus Okotie. He removed all his younger brothers as Eda, and the people are not saying, they be telling us that Kotiabo used to is an Ishakiri person. But let's forget about that. Just like there no Moki today, who is from Igu, a son of an Api called George. He's saying he's an Ishakiri man. He's taking his mother ancestry. The same thing with late Justice Atake, like that. When we say that we now our people be able to agree to. So you now see that Festus Okotie in his days leased land from the Okpa people. Yeah, what's the next news here? Yeah, the one of Ikomi 1911. No, I'll tell you, I respect Ikomi a lot. They have behaved well. So in their stay in Sapele, they've never challenged the Okpa people, and they've respected themselves. I don't want to go into that. Now, this is a receipt. It's a receipt from I.T Palmer Nigeria Limited Company. The sum of £30 and £25 be yearly rent for Ogorode sawmill. So the sawmill in Ogorode will pay rent to the Sapele Okpe community, and £5 yearly rent for Sapele House compound Sapele. So I.T Palmer in 1953, I.T Palmer was there, but the student was still alive. They paid rent for his company, I.T Palmer Nigeria Limited, located in Ogorode, the sum of £25. Then for their own personal house, they are staying in Sapele Road, Sapele House. In Sapele, they pay £5. I.T Palmer was the first Yoruba man to settle in Sapele. He said he came to Sapele in 1896 after he retired, just after the Nana War. And that he met Ofotoku who gave him land. That Ofotoku gave him the land free. Not to pay. He said, but being somebody who is wise in the ways of the white men, he decided to put it into something. Let me just be giving you something. And he started giving Ofotoku £5. So this one is for the rent of the plot of land given to him in 1952. Then there is one here received from Mr. F.A. Paul of Block B, plus 60 Cemetery Road, Sapele, the sum of £60. Be rent paid for the land leased to him for the period of 1st July 1953 to 31st December 1953, both the date inclusive, as per the terms of agreement dated 11 September 1953. Signed Rabbi Abeke for Okotie, J. Eyefian for Itama Okotie. Itama is what you wanna call Ugwanja. J. Ayman of Eboh Okotie, G. A. Keke for Ogorode, for and on behalf of the Okpa community Sapele, dated 12th day of September 1953. How did they call themselves? Okpa Urubu community of Sapele. So you see how they were using their power of leases to lease land. Then this is a Spanish company. I think this man here is the father of one of the wife of the Hebrews, otherwise Eboh. It's a Spanish man, not Portuguese man. So receipt of £60. Received the above sum of £60 from Mr. E.G. Spiropoulos, one of the wives of the Hebrews, the father. Be rent for the beach, rented to him according to the agreement entered 3rd of January 1953 for 6 months, January to end June 1953. Check number D 342-301 referred. Sapele, 12th day of January 1953. Certified true copy, signed by A.G. Hamid, Registrar, Supreme Court. So, you now have another list again here. This one, Africa Timber and Plywood Sapele, AT&P. That is the name. That is what made Sapele to become very popular in those days. It later became part of it, later became Ethnic Company. They also leased it from the Okpe community. None of that. These areas are not part of the 510 acres of land, or it's part of the 510 acres of land. Now, This deed made on the 29th day of March 1951 between Rabbi Abeke of Oton Quarter, Emmanuel Eyefia of Ajamura Quarter, Jamikoko Damioba of Ogorode Quarter, and Godwin Sakasomi Kekeke of Ogorode Quarter in the Eboh division of the Wari province for themselves and on behalf of Oton, Etama, Ogorode, and Ogorode communities, respectfully hereinafter called the lessor, which shall include the successors in title of the lessor, where the contest at need of the one part, and African Timber and Plywood Limited, ATMP, a company incorporated under the laws of Nigeria, whose registered address is at Niger House, Lagos, in Nigeria, after called the lessee, which shall include the successors in title of lessee, where the consent so admit or the other part witnessed that in consideration of the annual rent of £228 to be paid by the lessee, as hereinafter measure the lessor do ever demands to the lessee all that parcel of land situate near Sapele on Sapele Wari Road in the Eboh division of the Wari province, containing a total area of approximately 341.9 acres, and which is more particularly delineated and so surrounded by border colored pink of the plan attached to this present to hold the same unto the leasing of a term of 60 years from the first day of January 1951, the lessee paying therefore without demand. Now, I don't want to go far. You said Okpa people want only 510 acres of land. Isn't it? Yes. How many acres here are they giving out to AT&P? 341 acres of land. So if we add it now to the 500 acres of land, Abi. So, because you say you own the other area. That's why you tell me to say to your young out. Say it was only 510 acres of land. The other ones are better. Why you not going to use AT&P that contain almost 370 acres of land? Then even your own Okotie and Lease, with your head of Okotie and political head of the security that time, took another 15.8 acres of land. Then I.T Palmer took another one. So I think you see the whole game now. Because of time, let me just use this one to round up. If you need more, anytime, there's plenty. Okay, let me just run this one. This one is between the Eboh community and okay, this is another I.T Palmer lease again. Then you now have this one. Five the local government council. What evidence could be more than that? The local government council, where Sapele local government is located now, they went to take meetings of where they build the secretariat from the Okpe community. Look at it here. This deed made on the 26th day of March 1953 between Rabbi Abeke, Oton Quarter, James Ayemano, Ogorode Quarter, Emmanuel Eyefia, Etama Quarter, and Godwin Sakasomi Kekeke of Ogorode Quarter for themselves and on behalf of the Eboh community Sapele, Delta province, hereinafter called the lessor, which shall include the successor title of the lessor, where the convention admit of the one part, and the local authority Sapele Delta province, hereinafter called the lessee, which shall include the successor in office, where the contestant admit of the part witnessed that in consideration of the annual rent of £135 to be paid by the lessee, as hereinafter mentioned, the lessor do hereby demands to the lessee all that piece of land hereinafter as the parent situated at Commercial Avenue, Sapele, in Delta province, containing an area of approximately 5.286 acres, and which is more particularly delineated, surrounded by the border colored pink on the plan attached to this present to hold the same unto the lease for a term of 55 years from the first day of January 1953, the lessee paying, therefore, without demand on the first day of January in the year, the set annual rate of leisure in the sum of £135. So, we'll stop here.